Previously on Sailing Cerebral.
We are in Chub Key in the Bahamas.
Captain, power's out.
But then we discovered the next day that one of our lithium batteries had been burnt up.
We realized we gotta head back to Fort Lauderdale.
Look at the battery. Black. Smells awful, like burning. That's not good. So the DC runs our fridges and freezers, which is a couple weeks full of food, right? We provision for 4 weeks. So all that stuff's going bad. So I got to get this stuff going, not to mention lights and other stuff. So it's basically our power source. So the generator is supposed to charge that if we get low. So I turn on the generator, nothing.
Once Cap got the generator going, the AC kicked on like that.
I had nothing to do with any of this. I just woke up with air conditioning blowing out of the vents and just kind of confused because we were in the middle of the ocean, but not too upset about it.
Fixing boats in exotic locations.
We did not want to be stuck in the middle of the Bahamas with no power and no navigation instruments. That was the biggest shock for me, was just discovering how much stuff runs off of electricity.
So the decision was made to bring the boat back to Fort Lauderdale because we didn't exactly know what the problem was, and that can be really dangerous, especially when we're in international waters. You really don't want to mess with lithium batteries. So we did decide to make the 24-hour trip back.
We left America strong, ready to go, and now we're coming back with our tails between our legs.
So I was a little bit scared. Mostly I think what scared me though was that we were going into the storm that we had been trying to shelter from. So that was kind of like okay, cool.
It was long, it was rough. Those seas we were avoiding in Chub Cay, we ended up driving straight into, on and off, pouring rain the whole time, through night and day. It was rough.
The nice part is we were going with the wind, and it was windy. There was constant rain and winds and big seas, and it was 40+ knots wind. We sailed for a while, and then we just dropped the sails because you're going to do damage to the sails at that wind speed.
So I have no idea how long we're going to be here. I was hoping for a quick turnaround personally, like, we come in, we get everything fixed, we head back out. But I don't know. I think the soonest we'd leave would be like this afternoon because we're going to have to sail through the night anyways. And the latest we leave would probably be tomorrow afternoon. So we'll see.
1 foot.
One on back.
Are they going to find the problem?
Well, if it was a manufacturer issue of the control board inside, there is no problem on the boat, but we're going to check everything.
We're going to check everything. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to go through the solar. It's basically the only way it could be is overcurrent, because these will protect themselves from any overvoltage or undervoltage, which would be an issue with any of those items. But we'll check everything.
And get the new ones on board and raise them to wash your water.
Awesome.
Later and check it,
All right, yeah. I mean, if those things catch on fire, there's no putting it out.
Bad news.
I don't know if you look on the internet and see fire or lithium fires, it's an incredible amount of energy that gets kind of released in a very small time. So, and nothing you can do about it on the boat. I can't reach down there and throw it overboard. This is a good. What do you get? Go yell at them.
No conditioner in my hair.
I signed up for that video.
Just go on the neighboring boat.
Please help.
What's the ETA for water for Tia, or should she hose off?
We're pulling the 4 batteries now, so 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay. Tia, it's gonna be 3 hours.
I'm ready to shower. Where's my friend with the hose?
He's coming for you. Don't get water in the batteries, they'll explode.
There's only 4 minutes till the water's back.
What?
It'll be back in 4 minutes, they said.
You're joking. It's back in 4 minutes. I'm already here.
So the plan here is I called ahead of time, they had batteries ready to go for us, the last 4 batteries in the US. Mine. Thank you, America. And hopefully they're gonna check all the connections and make sure that it was just a bad battery that caused the issue and not anything within the electrical system of the boat. And then we're reprovisioning.
Captain, before we go on our adventures.
Oh yeah, your card, the cash.
Yeah.
Yes.
We need your money, honey.
Provisioning was pretty good. We ran out of beer and chocolate, so, you know, that's disaster right there. Sure, we had plenty of rice and other stuff to keep us going, but I wasn't really happy with that, so we're working on that.
Oh, thanks, Cap.
Sure.
School.
Good luck, guys. Make me proud.
All right, I'm gonna go get a ton of chocolate. We're gonna go get ice cream. We're gonna go get
Ice cream.
I have the money. I have the power. Let's go.
Like this.
I've got. This is heavy. Okay,
It's
wait.
all soaking
Here, you
wet.
get that.
Okay.
Then I can get this. Maybe. I got this. Is this big as I?
After sending the crew off to provision and do laundry, Cap started reminiscing about a deserted island they explored back in Bimini.
We were kind of exploring, and then lo and behold, my team decides to hold a mutiny.
We mutinied. We mutinied. Okay, yes, this is the perfect place to mutiny. There's like land, but there's no civilization because we're on the opposite side of Chub Cay, the uninhabited side. And Cap was on his phone. So we just got in the dinghy, real quiet, and we're just gonna push off and slowly motor back to the boat. You know, he wouldn't even know. He'd just like turn around and be like, where'd they go? That's not how it worked.
It's the wrong lever. Hold on. Here,
How did we tilt this down?
I got this.
I'm watching them do this, walking slowly towards them, going, this is the worst mutiny I've ever seen.
Full awareness of what was going on, zero concern for, he didn't even like drop the phone.
And they're asking me questions as I'm walking. How do you put the dinghy engine down? I'm like, what? Why should I tell you? You guys are trying to leave me on a desert island.
We couldn't get the motor down into the water.
Can you please start the boat?
We can until we get the motor down.
How do you tilt the motor down, Cap?
No, we got it.
I don't know, he says.
Hey, remember how I said the current was ripping out?
Yeah.
Yeah, the current's ripping out.
We're just gonna float away.
Oh, and so I'm just slowly walking, but the tide was taking them away from me. So that was their whole mutiny was based upon the tide taking them out.
At this point, we're floating more than we're doing anything else.
I've done this before. There's a button.
Oh, there's a button.
What'd you do,
How did we have to get hints to our own mutiny?
How'd you get it here, Owen?
There.
I didn't. No, I don't think it's that one. You definitely have to pull the motor up.
Okay.
Hit the button or the lever.
This is the button. There we go. Okay, so I have the right button. Pull.
Boom.
There we go.
So finally they got the engine down and started motoring away, and they were all happy. And Captain, you mutiny, we'll see you later.
All right, we've officially abandoned the captain.
It's kind of embarrassing. The captain had to assist in his own mutiny.
We'll get better at this. We'll get better at mutinying.
Okay, that was the trial run. Now he's not expecting.
And we slowly turn and start going towards the boat. Then we realize that I left my shoes. I left my shoes. That's why we're really that's why we're really turning around. I left my birds. So about like a little while. Sam forgot her shoes.
So they turn around. They're like, can you get Sam sandals? I was like, here they are. Come get them.
I left my Birkenstocks.
We have a sandwich for you.
So they came back ostensibly to get the sandals, but I then came aboard. The mutiny was over, and it was the worst one ever.
All right, so debrief on the mutiny, Cap.
How'd we do?
Well, it was not exactly surprising, not exactly fast.
Did we leave the captain? Yes. Did we need the captain's help to leave the captain? Yes.
I think on a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably like a 1.2.
So this is typically our issue, installer error, with any kind of lithium battery or even a lead acid battery can do this. Resistance, the metal against plastic heating up, it pops it out. So we tore this one down to make sure the battery inside was good. But then I see on yours, you saw a vent with the smoke coming out. So what happened is something failed in your management system internally. So it got hot. Started venting out here, and then there's I guess there's a slight seal break in between the handles, so that's where the smoke came out there.
You know about the problem we had, so what did you end up finding, and then what did you do to make sure it doesn't happen again?
Through, coming from the alternator into your Sterling power boxes and then out of it, everything looked, as it should.
Okay.
We were worried it would be like an overcharge issue.
Yeah.
So in regards to your alternator, everything seems to be fine.
Okay. And then so you guys think the problem was actually with the batteries themselves and the battery management system that caused the issue, just because you can't find another cause
we're trying to find what would be the likely cause outside of that.
Right.
So once we dwindle it down to the battery itself,
okay,
because we have to basically isolate it.
So from your standpoint, you've given us 4 new batteries, and you've been in this compartment and back and forth diagnosing all day. From that standpoint, are we good to go?
Yeah, I would say everything's looking like you're pretty much good to go. I'm going to do another test on your solder just to be sure.
Okay.
But aside from that, everything looks like it's solid. There's nothing that's out of the ordinary. So I think we're good.
Awesome. Perfect.
Okay.
Let's get the hell out of here.
So I just think that our next location is going to either be Eleuthera or the start of the Exumas.
The Exumas were brought up at one point as the next series of islands that we would be heading to, leaving from Chub Cay, but now being back in Fort Lauderdale, I don't know.
So the Bahamas is 700 islands with 3 different territories. So we barely scratched the surface, and it's on the way. So it's the logical next place to go. And we barely had a modicum of the fun we're gonna have doing this.
Next time on Sailing Cerebral.
Legend tells of the mysterious 3-foot iguana.
So we are about ready to go explore Pablo Escobar's lost plane.
This is our first time really exploring an island.
And I'm sick.
We are hiking Boo Boo Hill right now, headed towards Boo Boo Beach.
They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling, they trying to catch me riding dirty, try to catch me riding dirty, try to catch me riding dirty. Shoo-ba-ba-ba.